Which actually makes me think maybe I should check see if there's any apps that need updating.
That's not a bad idea. Check your shit.
All right, there's 2.
Man, what happened? My microphone just suddenly got like way quieter. Like it used to be at like half volume on OBS. Now I have to jack it to the full, and I'm barely touching the yellow. Yeah, the gain is still. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with my mic right now.
What was that?
That was a cough. I've had a lot of coughing lately. It's really goddamn frustrating.
I find that I cough a lot when I stand up. Like right now I'm laying down and I know that when I get up to brush my teeth after this, I'm just gonna be like
Oh man, I forgot to go to Reddit and see what the hot takes were. I think we'll be fine.
yeah, no. We don't need any hot takes. My hot take is that I mean this episode was fine, but it was good that it was a double elimination because not a lot happened. I think that the editors made the best of an situation.
Yeah. I mean, I have to wait for your recap to remember what happened.
I just watched it, thankfully. It was good, like I said, but it was.
There you go.
Yeah. This may be a shorter one.
Oh yeah, it was Sifu and Caleb. Two shocking eliminations.
No, I mean, like I said, they did a good job. The editor did a good job trying their best and all, but like nothing like they tried to craft a narrative of maybe it's going to be Bruce, and they tried crafting a narrative of maybe it will be. Who are they trying to get instead of Sifu?
Let me see the notes. That was Bruce.
Oh, that was Bruce. Sorry.
Yeah,
so then Bruce. Who are they trying to get instead of Caleb? Jake was trying to get Caleb. Oh. I mean, that was the problem. They didn't even, like, we'll get into it, I guess, but they didn't even say who their plan. Like, they were going to vote for Julie to force the 3-3, but they didn't even say, like, who they were actually going to try and vote for.
Oh, they were going to try and vote for Julie.
No, but I mean, when it was with the revote. Oh, because you have to vote. Yeah, never mind. Because you have to vote for one of those people. All right, I forgot. It's been a while since there's been a tie, so I forgot that if that they would have had to vote for either Caleb or Julie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another email stuff.
Where the fuck are you, Brian?
Eat his face.
Where are you, Brian?
Oh yeah, I was going to check the score. I'm sure the Sharks are getting wailed on.
Oh yeah, we've won one game. Two games.
Two? Yeah.
Look at us. Look at us now.
Last I checked, it was 2-0. Let me grab my phone to check my application. Yeah, it's still 2-0. Let's see if I can see how many shots they've got. $11. So, okay, yeah, no, they're bad. Not trying to defend that at all. Don't get me wrong, but something that's interesting that I noticed is the Sharks' shots on goals. Oh,
Why did I hear it ringing? What the hell?
Hey, there you are.
Man. No.
No.
okay, that was weird. I just
Yeah.
realized I was talking to myself. It wasn't picking up what I was saying.
He wasn't picking up what you were laying down?
No, and I wasn't hearing anything. Like I wasn't seeing any green circles on your guys' end.
That's weird.
So yeah, it is weird. Anyway, like I said, yeah, it's 2-0. And so the Sharks are bad. Not trying to defend them at all. But what is interesting and a sign for of good things on the horizon is that they can't get. I don't think they've had more than 20 shots a game, like at all. But every game they get 1 or 2 goals. There was against Carolina, they got 3. They barely got. So that means they're shooting really well when they do actually get into the zone. So that
You're pretty
they
good
also
at finding the silver lining here, aren't you?
no well no I'm not saying I'm saying it's a silver lining for the future. Like
Okay.
they're gonna probably finish this season with like 30 points. They're gonna be just terrible.
I don't
My
know if they're
point,
gonna get that many.
huh?
I don't know if they're gonna get that many, but yeah.
They're not. No, look, especially later in the season when they've already essentially been eliminated. Other teams are going to play like other teams are going to play down to them. They don't want to risk getting injured near playoffs or whatever. So they're gonna get some. They're gonna face a lot of backup goalies on the back ends of back to backs or whatever. So no. So they have a good shooting percentage, which means that once they have some more players who can actually like actually play, no, not even defense. Because if you look at it, they're giving up like 50 shots a game too, which is disgusting.
Exactly.
But yeah. But they're okay. Aside from the obvious 2 times where they got blown out 10-1 and 10-2, they're stopping a lot of shots, and so what that means is they're forcing weak shots, like from the point or like clear all the way, that sort of thing, and people are just hoping for a rebound. So it's I'll put it this way. They're facing the kind of shots that usually, when the Sharks were good, the Sharks were giving up. Or, I'm sorry, not the Sharks were giving up, the Sharks were getting. If you remember, like, 2010, 2011, that time frame, the Sharks would almost always finish every game with, like, 48 shots and 1 goal. And it's because they would all be like, they would just shoot it from the outside distance and just hope that, oh, maybe we can bounce it in or tip it in or something. Like, it would happen all the time. If there was a game that they lost, it was usually like they had 52 shots and the other team had like 30 or less than 30 or whatever, that sort of thing. And the Sharks got 2 goals on those 50 or something.
Yeah,
So,
but that's the problem. That's why they don't score. They're not shooting enough.
yeah, well, no, well, the reason they're not scoring or they're not shooting enough is because they can't get in the goddamn zone. Like that's like I noticed this at the what was it? So I went to the Colorado game and the Colorado game. They were amazingly competitive, and I don't know, like, because Colorado was actually pretty good. They were hanging right in there for the longest time. And then
literally the last minute.
yeah, literally the last minute. Like I remember seeing Colorado pull the goalie. I was like, yeah, we won. They're gonna get an empty net goal. And then 30 seconds in, it's like, motherfucker. And then once they tied it up, I knew how the game was. Actually, once they tied it up, I was happy that they even got to overtime because I thought for sure it would get tied up and then they would lose 2-1 in regulation. But then I saw the next game that I went to was Carolina, and Carolina is an actual good team, and Carolina fucking dominated them. They couldn't, but like they dominated to the degree where like the Sharks just could not get into the offensive zone at all. But they still scored first. Now, is that a lie? No, that's right. They scored their first goal in like the second period, so whatever. But anyway, they still hung 3 on them, even though they got less than 20 shots again. So that's the thing. It's like when they can get in there, they're actually pretty effective. It's just the problem is they're not good enough to get in there yet.
Well, like I know the Oilers are also shit right now, but last night, at least they looked like they could be confused for a real hockey team.
Yeah. That's the craziest thing, right? Like I knew the Sharks were going to be bad, so when they're this bad, it's like, all right, that sucks.
This is extra bad though.
But imagine being an Oilers fan,
right?
Like that team,
nobody thought they were going to be bad.
No, there were people who legitimately picked them to at least win the conference, right? And now they very well may not even make the playoffs.
This is what happens when you build your entire team around one player and he gets injured.
McDavid's not injured.
Yes, he is. He's playing injured.
Oh.
He was like, God, they suck so much, so I have to get in there anyway and play.
Yeah. I just think their problem isn't that they built the team around McDavid, is that they built their team around McDavid and Draisaitl, and then like gave them huge, enormous contracts, and then they have a couple other people with like bloated contracts, and then it's like, oh, everyone else is not even just a guy. Like just a guy would be an upgrade to the people that they have.
They described the Sharks.
Yeah. Well, no, because the Sharks have it a little bit worse, where they have a lot of dead contracts on the books, and their cupboard is bare. So
not anymore. Pretty much just Hurdle and Vlasic now.
Yeah. Well, but there's some like they're paying some like shit. I think they're still paying. They retain salary on Burns. They retain salary on. So their salary cap is the thing. It's like I think they're a capped team right now, or near cap. I would check, but I don't care enough. And we should probably start talking about Survivor at some point. But yeah, no. I mean, that's the thing. Is like, well, the other thing about them is that they haven't had really much draft position for the past decade, and they would trade their drafts every year so that they would go in on it. So now is like this draft is going to be the first time in a while where they've been like, okay, cool, we can get some guys. So it is whatchamacallit. It is a rebuild year 1 of the rebuild. Technically year 2. Last year was year 1, but we had some fun times with what's his name, Erik Karlsson. There we go. Yeah. Okay, so we'll get started then. Hello. Welcome to Outwit, Outplay, Outcast, the Survivor podcast on the Night of Living Geeks Network. I'm Nick, and that's Brian, and that's Andy, and we're going to be talking about season 45, episode 7, right? Yeah, this is 7.
Yep.
And the title of this episode is The Pain in My Thumb. There we go. I didn't have to look it up or should not have been Pain in My Thumb. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's like a family saying, a family twist on it.
You're saying it wrong. Thorn.
Oh, whatever. Who cares? I mean, look, a thorn in my thumb still is not his phrase.
Yeah.
It's close enough to the phrase that, like, I think, oh, maybe it's a regional dialect or her family has this as a little joke or something, but I don't know. Anyway, it's not a real one either. So I didn't actually take many notes outside of the summary because as we were discussing before we started recording, you know what? It was an episode. The editors did the best they could, but in my personal opinion, it was just kind of pro forma. Anyway, Daku Waka! In the aftercare of Tribal Council, Bruce goes to war with Katura, who says the episode title, so I'm extremely nervous about Katura being voted out. I was wrong. And also, I forgot that I don't have her on my team, so I didn't need to be nervous. Austin gloats about his new idol that seems to have gone unnoticed, as everyone thinks Caleb got 12 votes. Emily reassures Caleb he has numbers, then immediately talks about old yellering him. After the theme song, everyone is souring on Bruce, which freaks out Jake because his strategy is predicated on Bello sticking together. We are shown two truly sick balls immunity idols, and Jeff shows that he is psychically connected with Brian. 2 teams, 2 immunities, 2 votes. Also, tacos and Chekhov's toes, but no Chekhov's tacos. Kelly wins for blue, D for red, leaving only the battle for tacos. And as I was writing that, I expected D to win because if you saw her on there, she looks like a koala, and koalas are built to stay on tall trees. Sure enough, after about 18 minutes, Kelly drops, but at least she's safe, and Caleb will make the jury when he's eliminated. Sifu, Bruce, Emily, Kendra, Drew, and Kelly, sorry, there is no Kaylee, go to Tribal Council first, with everyone targeting Bruce, so they say. Kelly tries to play peacemaker. Caleb, Jake, D, Austin, Julie, and Katura go second, with the target initially on Caleb. Jake tries to take control. Of the two, Jake's mission is the hardest because he has no obvious way of saving Caleb. We get some weird dream sequence or something. The plan is a 3-3 split, working Austin to vote out Julie. Kelly seems to make peace with Bello, but now it's Drew's turn to try and take the charge by eliminating Bruce. But unfortunately, Tribal Council was pretty obvious. Sifu played poor me, but not enough to save his skin, and he's gone. And at that point, I noticed there were about 5 minutes left, so it was really obvious there wasn't going to be time for a revote. Wasn't going to be time for a revote. So Cable is gone. Cable. God damn, man. Caleb is gone as well, with Jake fessing up to Julie immediately. Daku Waka.
Yeah, it's a actual Fijian shark god.
No, that's cool.
Yeah.
Wish they had said that at all instead of making it just seem like a random word that they figured out. Daku Waka kind of rules. I like that now that I know it's an ancient Fijian shark god. That's cool as hell.
Apparently it's Kelly who did the research and brought that out to the island.
Another reason why she's great.
Yeah, I like her.
Yeah. She held on strong, but you could tell that D, bonus toe or no, she was just on that thing. The way she was doing it, her entire body was pressed up against the thingamajig. So I don't know. Her arms didn't look to be extra. Didn't look to be holding on as heavily or whatever. I don't know. It just looked. She looked more comfortable up there the entire time.
Yeah, I mean challenges like this, somebody like just gets locked in, and she was unlocked the whole time.
Yeah, well, good for D.
She blamed it on her giant toes, but I'm like, they had nothing to do with it. Your toes weren't even on the bar. Like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah.
Her legs wrapped around it. But I want to point out, the way near the end she was sitting there with her butt lower than her feet, I'm like, that's a very dangerous and stupid way to be hanging on. Because you fall, you're going to land right on your tailbone.
Yeah.
That's a very bad idea.
Don't fall. So I was thinking about that, especially because some people, like Kelly started up way up high, and a couple other folks, Drew started way up high as well, and then just kind of like slowly slid, and it kind of realized, nobody just falls off of it. They slide down it over the course of, it seems like a couple of minutes, but really they kind of just, once they start moving, they just can't stop. I
don't know, man. Sliding down feels like that sounds terrible too. Just
Yeah,
that
that
raw
sounds
wood
pretty awesome.
scratching your body. Ugh, fuck
But
no.
you're
But I
not.
mean,
You're not gonna.
you're not gonna break your leg doing that.
I know.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Or
don't.
break your butt.
What I'm trying to say is, I don't blame anybody who started off low. Like, it's pretty clear
Yeah.
the strategy is to start high in case you need to like get that extra 30 seconds. You know, you could have that time to climb down a rung or two. Clearly, I think the right call is to start high, but I'd blame nobody for starting lower because I'd be fucking terrified of falling.
Sure, I would start low just because it's like, who cares? I mean, oh well, sorry, that sounds silly, but like, what you look at people and when they start to slide, they don't really recover. They may recover
Yeah.
momentarily, but it's like the minute you lose your best position, you don't have much to go off of. I was thinking like maybe you could psych your opponent out by like kind of sliding a little bit and then recovering, and maybe they think, ah, cool, I got this in the bag, and get overconfident. But I'm like, no, you're when you initially lock in, like look at Dee's movement on there. She didn't move at all practically. She may have gone down one and I didn't notice, but like she was just stuck on there. Everyone else like kind of was like shifting, readjusting, doing whatever, and then they couldn't get locked in. Yeah, you're just once you move a little, you're not going to recover. So I think if you're at the top or the bottom, it doesn't matter.
So what's the big prize of this one? Like, is it the staying on the jury, the immunity, or the was there a reward attached to this? Sanctuary? Yeah.
Yeah, it was tacos. Absolutely, that's the real reward.
Yeah. No, I mean, I
Well
think a lot of people make big deal out of making the jury because, like, not only do you get to spend that time at Ponderosa, but like Sifu and Caleb are both out this episode, but Caleb is still going to be involved in it, right? Like, he's still going to get to go to tribal. He's still going to get to see what happens. He's going to get to meet everybody as they come back and hear what's going on, and he's going to, even though he's not in the game, he's still going to play a part in who wins. And like, I feel like that's a big deal, you know? Like, you come home, he's still going to be on TV every week. It's, you know, it's not as good as being it's not as good as being on the show still or being in the cast always, but man, I got to imagine that matters a lot. Like, that's got to sting Sifu real bad.
Well, you're forgetting a very obvious reason why it's better to be on the jury than not. The paycheck, like that's the first real significant bump. Like it's been a long time since I looked at the pay structure, and I know that they've changed it over time or whatever. But basically, the last time I checked, you were getting like $20,000. Sorry. Last place, the first person voted out gets like 10,000, and then it slowly goes up. But the last non-jury person got like 20 or something like that. So not bad, but also it's like you get $30,000 for being on the jury. That's a 50% increase. That's a significant amount of money. So yeah, I would much rather be on the jury.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this whole thing was fucking stupid the way they were talking about it. I'm sorry. And this is a big deal. The first one won't be on the jury. Woo. And they're all acting like that's gonna fucking affect how they're gonna vote. The hell does it matter? Everyone else you voted out already isn't on the jury either. You didn't freak out about that.
I don't think it changes how you vote. I think it's more a matter of, well,
if anything, it makes it easier to vote because you don't give a shit if you piss them off.
Yeah, but I know if you have somebody who's been an ally and they're in trouble and they could potentially not be, like, it gives you the extra incentive to save somebody. But I think that's kind of the what makes this a low point episode is that both of these players you knew were leaving. Like, Sifu didn't have any of those attachments. Nobody's coming to save Sifu when he gets in trouble. And Caleb, like, people like Caleb, but he's put himself in this position, right? Like, after that awesome shot in the dark play and the way he's been making friends with everybody, like, he needed to win this.
Yeah.
The stupidest comment was from Drew when he was like, "Everybody's goal is to be on the jury." Like, no, idiot. Your goal should be to win.
Look, no, Brian, I think you need to take a moment and reconsider. Obviously, what Drew said is correct. We just need to reevaluate how we interpret the game to align with what Drew is saying.
Yeah. No, I mean, okay. I interpreted the initial shock, other than Drew saying that dumb shit stuff, the initial shock was that everyone thought we made the merge. We're gonna be on.
Yeah, we made the merge. We made the jury. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
And so
I don't know, every time the first person voted out after the merge isn't on the jury. I don't think this isn't a big reveal.
I think more often that. Well, no. Because remember, the last couple of times, what they've done is they did what they did in the previous episode with the pseudo merge. But then after that, people were. I'm gonna look at the last couple seasons, and because maybe I'm mistaken, but in my memory, they did that sort of pseudo merge, and then the first tribal challenge afterwards, that person made the jury. You guys talk amongst yourselves quickly, and I will look it up.
I mean, I think regardless, I think regardless, like the tacos and Sanctuary matter, but I think the bigger reward is the being on the jury.
No.
Yeah.
The bigger reward is not losing. That's
right. No, I mean, I think if you're gonna rank incentives, obviously, immunity is incentive number one.
Yeah, immunity is definitely
obviously, obviously. But I'm just saying, like, I think what I'm trying to say is, I think Jeff, like, here's an idol, and then you get tacos. Oh, and by the way, just by the by, the person who loses first, the person they vote out is not going to make the jury. Like, no, that's not a by the by. That's much more important than tacos.
No, it really wasn't, because if he hadn't said anything, nobody would have been thinking about the jury at all.
Right, but if I'm out there and he says it, I'm thinking about it, and I want jury more than I want tacos. If I have to choose, like, which one is going to make me try harder? It's going to be jury.
It doesn't change anything.
Well, I know, but if you get tacos, you get jury. So, I mean, for me though,
That's
the
true.
best prize. Well, okay, obviously the best prize is immunity. We get that.
Duh.
But yeah, everybody wants that. But I think for me, the motivating factor would have been afterwards. The motivating factor would have been tacos over jury, personally. Like, because once I have immunity, I already know I'm not going home. But so I don't got to worry about being on the jury. But I do got to worry about tacos. Anyway, so real quickly, Survivor 41, 8th voted out, first jury member, merged tribe, Tiffany. Survivor 42, 7th voted out, first jury member, Chanel Howell, Kula Kula, merged tribe. Now, Survivor 43, the first person voted out after the merge was Dwight. He didn't make the jury. But Survivor 44, sixth person voted out, first jury member of Vava, Matt Blankenship. So, of the 5 seasons that we have had, inclusive of this one, 4 of them, if you made the real merge, you were on the jury. So people were kind of were taken aback by that, I feel, personally.
I still think it's a lame. It was just like they were just trying to get people to talk about something, and it really didn't matter at all.
Maybe.
Well, they were doing that too. That's interesting. So how many people, let's see, there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 jury members, or 9 if they go to the final 2.
So, do we want to talk through Cocaine's strategy here?
I mean, yeah.
Because
the thing is, I don't know
Jake
how much
wants.
there.
I don't know. Jake wants D, but can't go after D because she's immune. So then he wants to take out Julie next, right? Makes sense.
I'll put it this way: he came up with a really good plan, and he executed it well. But it was an extreme long shot to begin with.
I mean, I think it could have worked if he had just not told Katura about Bruce's idol.
Yeah, right.
Like, I get where they're coming from, right? Like that. I mean, I think that's a lot of what makes this show interesting is what information do you share and when do you share it?
Well, the problem is she was fine with it when Caleb told her, until Jake was like, by the way, I specifically lied to you about what we were looking for there. But why? I don't know why he told her all that.
No, because he was being honest. Like, here's the thing. I think.
Yes, that was stupid. That's what I'm saying.
Well, no, I like Jake because I don't know. I like the people who try and play an honest game. I don't think Jake's gonna win. If he gets to the end, he stands a good chance of winning. I don't think he's gonna get to the end because I think he's too popular, and I think he's popular because he will tell the truth even if it doesn't make him look good. Like I understand what he was trying to do. He was trying to tell. Real quick, let me finish my thought. I love you, but let me finish my thought. Jake was trying to repair a bridge completely with Katura by telling her, yeah, you were out of the loop. Here is all of the truth. And if you trust me now, we're good going forward. And she made the right move. So there you go. All right. Anyway, now say what you're going to say.
The omitting information when you're telling somebody something is not lying. Okay. It'd still be totally honest if all he said was, yeah, we know he has the idol. You didn't have to explain all the other shit.
Well, she asked. Well, he has to tell her
She
that
did not ask.
He has to tell her that they know about the idol because Caleb tells her. He has to tell her too, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Because he was there.
Just stop there.
No, she asked. So the whole thing with I remember her asking. So the whole thing with the rings. She asked about that.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Yeah, that was all a cover." I think. I mean, you think it's when Jake told her. I think it's when Caleb told her that she started to get annoyed because she's been anti-Bruce this whole time, and now to find out that everybody else who she thought was maybe quasi anti-Bruce is like so pro-Bruce that they're keeping his idol and keeping it to the idea that everybody on that tribe knew except for her. Like, I think it's not just that it hurts that she's been lied to that whole time when they're quote-unquote Bella Strong. It's that they lied to her for Bruce and her relationship with Bruce. Like, it's a double stab, a double whammy that just makes you go, fuck like, you guys anyway.
She was like, you guys have known for a long time. Like, it was like 2 days ago. Like, it hasn't been that long.
I mean, it was pre-merge. That's at least, 4 days? I mean, in Survivor time, that they don't do fucking anything else at the Brian. So, like, I believe her. Like, 48 hours of just sitting on the beach is a long fucking time. I know it's only been 2 days, but it sure feels like a long time. I think we have to highlight that moment because that's a pivotal thing, right? Is now people have been talking about the fractures between Bella and Rebo and Bello and Reba, right? But they've done a good job of keeping it together and voting along those lines for the most part. But this is clearly Katura going, no, fuck you guys, actually.
They haven't voted along those lines at all. What are you talking about?
I don't
know. Voting out Caleb, but.
Yeah, everybody voted together for Caleb. That's the thing.
Yeah,
is I guess we don't know that, right? Because it was everybody with Caleb, and then the revote was everybody the same, too.
Yeah, but again, they weren't voting on their line. They all voted out their teammate, Jay.
Yeah. So now, I mean, now that push comes to shove, we see that Katura's not with them. And I think she's been pushed away. That's why I think, like, don't tell her right now. Like, you have a good enough working relationship. You can pull her into this plan. That's not going to be a problem. You're Bello, Cocaine's Bello, she's Bello, and Bello is supposedly working with Caleb. Like, that's the three you need, just running status quo. I understand wanting to tell her to solidify your plan because it's a risky plan. I get the concept, but it doesn't add anything to the formula. It's a good concept, but you don't need to do it right now. And I don't think either one of them talked about the downside of like, oh, maybe she'll be upset because we're protecting Bruce. Like, but
Jake Cocaine did say, he's like, we don't need to do that now, right? Like,
yeah, maybe. I don't know.
What are you, crazy? This is a bad idea. Yeah, he did say that.
Good. Well, then good on him. But I didn't bite him in the ass.
No, yeah. I mean, Jake. I like Jake, but the other thing he may just not be right for the game because he had his plan: Bello plus Lulu beat Reba, get rid of Lulu, and then Bello fights amongst itself, right? Yeah. So he had his plan, and sure, you know what? You got to keep that alive as long as you can, but he kind of should have realized that this was the end of that plan, and instead of trying to save it, should have just gone with it. Because unfortunately, it was just such a long shot to try and save him, to save Caleb. So I just don't think it was destined to work.
Yeah, really, I think really all he cared about was just trying to do something that was his idea. Because he
Well, I
knows you
think,
can't win if you just do what everybody
yeah,
tells you to.
yeah, there is that, but also I think he kind of just wants to play with people that he likes, which is something that I enjoy. I like it when a player is like, yeah, I want to play against I want to be with
Yeah,
friends.
but I
I don't
mean,
want to spend the next 2 weeks with people who suck. So,
well, when they're still
yeah, but
12, they're not like
yeah,
that anymore when they get down to 4.
yeah.
I mean, I like it better than Julie. That so often we see Dee telling everybody the plan, and the confessional is Julie going, "I don't know. I think that's fucking stupid. I don't agree with it." And then, like 5 minutes later, she's right in line with the plan. So I appreciate him at least going like, "I don't really like the way this is going. I don't like being told what to do. Let me see if I can pull something off." I like that a lot better than Julie bitching to camera or bitching to confessional about how dumb the plan is, and then just doing. It's like 3 times she's done this, complaining about Dee's plan and then just going along with it anyway.
Yeah,
So,
she's trying to play like an under the radar game, and the problem is you got to do something to yeah.
Well, the problem is her move to define herself now is going to be blindsiding Dee, right? She's going to put herself in that corner that she has to get rid of that ally, and then she's going to not have that ally, right? Like the problem with playing the under the radar game for so long is that you need to make a big move, and the biggest move you can make is getting rid of your closest ally at the right time.
Yeah, like what's his name? We got rid of Shan.
Yeah, Ricard.
Thank you.
But like that's the problem. Then you're Ricard, and it was like, oh, you just pulled an awesome big move, you're gone.
yeah, now you're next.
Yeah.
But I mean, like that's why, for example, last week I was thinking I really should get rid of, I should lose Caleb, but the pickups aren't very much because he got 11 votes cast on him, would have gotten 12. Emily tried to convince him, oh no, you got the numbers now. It's you and me. And then she just starts naming other people. But it's like, yeah, it's real obvious that you're going to be the next one voted out if given half a chance. So I should have dropped him. I didn't.
But
I thought I would maybe have a chance, but oh well.
Well, like they were saying, this is the first time ever where they tried to get someone out and failed miserably, and they actually got them the next time.
Yeah.
Usually everybody freaks out and votes for somebody else.
Technically, they didn't because Sifu went out next, so I am technically correct.
No.
I know. Yeah, you're right.
But what I totally forgot what I was going to say.
Haha, derailed you. Therefore, I win the argument.
Wait. Okay. So, do you think that Emily is totally screwed now or totally safe?
I think she's
totally safe because she has no. There's no one on her side. What do they care? What's she gonna do by herself?
Yeah, I think that people are. I think she could. All right, it's a long shot for her to win, but I think that she'll get to the end because people are going to think that she's a goat.
Yeah,
exactly. But I think she can make some good cases about. Oh, I grew. You saw how wound up I was on day one.
All of those people are gone. So that's
what? No.
No, Bruce is still there. That's for sure.
Bruce is still there, and she has plenty of time to work work with Bruce. Caleb can testify, and then Caleb can also say, "Hey, you were the last Lulu left in the game, the last of the Lulu losers." Like, I think that she could make a good case for herself if given the opportunity. She's only 28.
Sure.
Yeah, no, she seems older. Like in early 30s. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm not saying like
she's like so curmudgeonly. She must be older.
Yeah, I was just she's 1995, born 95. Wow. Okay. Anyway, yeah, it just seems like she has a pretty good chance of survive or of getting to the end, and then she might actually be able to make the case if the jury is willing to hear it, and also she'll number one need to make some moves, and number two not like piss anyone off when she votes them out.
I mean, her strategy seems to be like she said early on that she needs to cut ties with Caleb because he's a dangerous ally.
Yeah,
and so she's going to shift to aligning herself more with Austin and Drew, which is fine. But I think it's like they work together for one vote, and she's going to hitch her wagon to them. And I think they're way tighter together than they're ever going to bring her in. So what she needs to do is pull that move where she gets in there with them too for a vote, maybe two, and then kicks Drew the fuck out. It's like, oh man, Austin, it's just you and me. Like, kick him out and kick Drew out in a way that Austin doesn't know it was her.
Yeah. She needs to be a master. And the problem is, even at that, you're still banking on people respecting. Well, also depends on who's there with you. Like, if Jake is there, he can just play the shucks. I'm just a silly Southie, and I just tried my best, and I wanted to keep it together. And I think he actually would have a much better chance at winning. I mean, it also depends if it's down to 3, who the third person is. But like at this point, all right, Kendra, I don't think she would win, but she would get second place. Kelly, I think she could win. Katura could win. Julie, nah. Jake, yeah. Emily, yeah. Drew.
No, I mean, no.
Drew,
it sounds like you're talking through a blanket.
Oh, sorry, I put my finger over my.
That's better.
Like the problem, Drew's problem, even though he's the smartest player in the history of the game, is that he's connected with Austin, who has like 2 idols now, the idol and an amulet and an advantage. I guess Drew does have the safety without power. The problem with safety without power is that it's hard to make a power move with it, right? It just feels like a chicken shit move.
Right.
No, I'll put it this way. The safety without power is good if you know you're going to be the one voted out.
Yeah.
And yeah, now a lot of times, like, I guarantee you, if Caleb had safety without power, he would have played it.
Yeah, I mean, there's ways to do it, right? And there's ways to use it and positively, and that's going to work for you. But what I'm saying is, there's no wowing the jury with big dick energy when you use safety without power, right? You're not gonna swagger out like, I'm gonna bitch out of this tribal piece, everybody. Like, okay, great, you did it at the right time, you evaded your vote out, but it doesn't then. There's no energy behind it, right? He's just gone, and then you just change the vote and somebody else, and then it's him next time,
I mean, I get what you're. Well, but then that's the same thing as playing an idol, like for yourself.
Because you could definitely big dick an idol, right? If you have an idol, you pull it all on you, and then you vote somebody else out. Like,
yeah, but then you're gone the next episode also.
I know. I mean, it's not. If you can get out one of the key pieces that was gunning for you by using your idol, and you can dismantle something on the you can definitely make an idol flip a game. But safety without power is not going to flip a game,
Why not? It'll be the same thing if they're all going to vote for you and you leave.
Yeah.
Then they just vote for your ally. Like, that's the thing. It just shifts to the next person. An idol, you can flip the script on somebody else. The thing is, the idol, you can do it, and you can determine.
Are you sure? Because Jay is sure as hell not Caleb's ally.
No, but what I'm saying is, like, okay, think of like Shot in the Dark, right? The reason Shot in the Dark doesn't win you the game, even if you do it as good as Caleb, is that you don't have a counter vote. Yes, he survived, but it just moved to Jay. And that didn't advance Caleb's game at all. If Caleb had played an idol instead, and his one vote is Austin, that really changes the game. So, like, safety without power is a lot like the Shot in the Dark. Like, yes, you survived. Yes, you negated the vote that was going to be for you. But you don't shift anything. You don't change anything. You just make it somebody else tonight. And you don't have any say in then who it is instead.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. But the thing of it is, you're still in the game, and like, that gives you the opportunity to start making moves again in the next one.
It's not useless. I'm just saying Drew can't use it. Drew can't use it to build a resume. It doesn't do enough to build a resume for Drew.
I don't know. Well, also, anyway, I mean, the thing is, I don't think Drew is going to make it to the end because he's just too cocky. And maybe it is maybe I'm trying to take too many cues from the edit, but there is that part to it also. But I don't know.
Well, whenever
Anyway,
he uses it, it's going to be the most strategic thing ever.
yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm saying all this, but it's just because I don't have the big brain energy to see it the way I'm sure Drew sees it. I'm sure we'll see later this season how it can work the way that I'm saying it can't.
Yeah.
Sure, we'll get there.
So Austin should definitely go after Kelly next, right? Because then he'll have two idols.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, or Kelly should go after Austin.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it seems more likely people
mean-
would do what Austin says.
I think if you're Austin and you want to win over the jury, you have Kelly try to get out Austin to get his amulet, and then have him play his idol to get her out instead, and then get an idol out of it anyway.
Yeah.
Like, I took you out using an idol, thus getting myself another fucking idol. And I'm still in the position I was in before. I think that would be awesome. I mean, I don't want Kelly to leave, but that would be good. That would be a good tribal.
Yeah. Wait. So what? Oh yeah. So we know the next episode's going to be an auction. So that means there's going to be an idol in there as well, or some sort of.
No, not necessarily.
Nah. I love the way they were all. It was like the fucking Price is Right, where he just said there's going to be an auction, and they were all celebrating like they won the whole thing.
Well, honestly, auctions are exciting. I love the auction.
Well, because it means all of them are probably going to get a chance to eat something. It might be, fucking goat eyeballs, but it's protein.
You know what I mean? Like, no, it was just like on the Price is Right. So you could win this new car, and they go ape shit, and then they lose the game.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
exactly like that. I'm gonna love it when like 5 of them get nothing. It's gonna be great.
Well, I'm really go. You know.
I just hope that this time they do more than just food and rewards. Like, I want, well, obviously they need to do something, but I like it when they're like, "Oh, hey, we're gonna offer a shower with, like shampoo and razors so you can shave and things like that." Like, I want that as a thing, because people get excited for those little, like, just to feel clean again. Or little things like that. I just want to see some similar stuff.
Wasn't there a season where a reward was a shower, but it was just like off in the corner, and everybody was still hanging around doing so? I think it was an auction, and somebody was just off in the corner taking their shower behind the screen.
Yeah,
I think that was awesome. Yeah, I'd love that again.
Yeah. No, because all right, food is important. Obviously, advantages are important. Obviously, I thought it was funny. There was someone a long time ago who was just like, "I'm just going to keep the money. I could use this money," or whatever. It's like, that's funny and whatever. But
yeah,
I don't know. I just want to see more indirect benefits, like feeling like a human. And I'm really hoping they don't have, all right, letters from home, and then sure enough somebody's gonna say, let's all put our money together so we all bid and win.
No, there's no way they're doing that, because that's why they retired the auction.
Yeah, okay,
that's exactly why. Because I think it was the blue collar season, whatever, and they tried to pull that, and Mike, I think was his name, saved $1.
Oh yeah,
to get the final advantage, and they guilted him into paying it.
Yeah,
and then nobody got the advantage, and that's what Jeff hated that, and that's what ended the auction. So there's no way they're doing that shit again.
Good. Yeah, don't do any emotional manipulation.
Well, game manipulation. Fine. Let them pull money. That would solve that problem.
Yeah. You guys auction.
They went into the auction knowing what was going to be in the auction. And so they all just agreed to pay as little as possible for anything until the very end.
Yeah.
And it's just
I don't think they should have that at all, because that's, then anybody who has all of their money is automatically winning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's
anybody who spent something already is screwed. So
I think
have some minor advantage at the beginning, like, you get to have an extra ball or something like that. Who knows? And then the rest of it have it be useful stuff like food, a vacation. You can go hang out in a resort for one day, or something like that. Just things like that. That's what I want to see. That's what I'm hoping to get out of it.
I would just put all of the advantage stuff in the surprise auction. You know, he's like, here's a covered item bid.
You know what? I want to do the entire thing covered.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Eh,
Well, no, you got to know what you're
okay,
bidding on to raise the stakes.
a couple of them, yeah. Like if you don't know what you're bidding on, if it's just like 6 covered items, you're like, all right, I guess I'll bid on this one. It's not quite as fun. Or you do like a silent auction type thing, and that's always kind of interesting too. Have them walk around, tell them these are the items that you have, or yeah, maybe just tell them ahead of time these are the items that are going to be up for auction. There are no advantages, there are no whatevers, so just decide what you want and start bidding.
Yeah, there's no advantages. There's no letters from home. There's just rewards. Go.
Just rewards. Just yeah.
Well, plus they don't do letters from home with this many people left either. So
yeah.
I mean, I see it.
Has anyone got anything specific that they would like to say, or should we move on to?
Bruce didn't play his fucking idol. God damn! Like I'm fine with Sifu being gone because he didn't do anything for the season. He didn't contribute much. I'm okay. I'm not missing him. I'm just annoyed that like I am all on Katura's side. Every time I see Bruce, I'm a little annoyed. Like, God damn it.
Here's the thing. Why would he play it? There were 5 votes for Sifu. That means that it was such an obvious vote that it was like, all right, he didn't feel anywhere near enough in danger to want to play it.
But that makes it the perfect time to vote for him. This was your great opportunity to make it happen. Now, now everybody knows he's got an idol. It's gonna be public knowledge, and he's gonna play it. Maybe not play the idol at Tribal exactly, but he's going to play with the fact that he has an idol to his, he still thought it was secret.
It's concerning me that it's starting to be like the other season where everyone is afraid to do anything.
Yeah, which one was that one? It was really fucking boring.
A couple seasons ago.
Was that the one Gabler won? I think it might have been. I mean, I get where Kelly's coming from, though, right? Because Kelly was like, Bruce is really fucking annoying. I want to keep him around. Just keep him around. Let him annoy people. Let him be a minor threat with his idol, and then people will go for him instead of me.
But I mean, they're still doing that thing where they keep going like, "Ooh, we're gonna shake it up by doing this," and then they don't do it.
Yeah.
Hey guys, good for Jake O'Kane for trying. Good for him.
I know.
Yeah, he tried. He did. That's the problem. If he had been on the other tribe, I think that it might have worked. But he tried, and it just didn't work because he had 0 leverage.
Yeah, his best plan was to force rocks.
Yeah. No. It wouldn't have. Well, I think that had Katura stayed with it, it would have been fine. But Katura didn't because she realized, oh, Bello doesn't want me. I'm gonna go help out Reba.
Yeah,
it's like, yeah, makes sense.
No, I mean, if she goes with Bello, then she's clearly on the bottom. That's what they've come to her and told her, you're on the bottom. You're so far on the bottom that everybody knows about Bruce's idol except for you. This is how on the bottom you are. Please vote with us.
Yeah.
No, not gonna happen.
Nope.
Yeah, should have told her immediately.
Or not tell her at all. Let Bruce tell her. Let Bruce act like he's got some swagger and tell her.
He's definitely never going to tell her.
I don't know. I hope she confronts him next episode. We were Bello strong, and you said you blah blah blah. Now you tell me I have an idol. You have an idol.
Yep.
That'd be fun.
All right, let's go to fantasy because we've talked a lot about not a lot.
All right, we didn't have a whole lot that mattered this episode. We did have our bet for who was first to be a touchy-feely, kind of a quote. Like, oh, I'm here for the journey of the blah, blah, blah. Nick, you had chosen Sifu. I'm sorry, that's no longer on the cards for you. But other than that, I think nothing really mattered for this episode in terms of all of our bets.
Well, to say nobody has her, but Katura came so close to saying $1 million mistake.
Yes, and Dee did mention that her toes are $1 million toes. So unfortunately, none of us mentioned Dee for $1 million Deadpool. So we were pretty close on both.
Well, we know about her toes, so
yeah. All right. Scoring. If you want to find out what all of our scoring is, you can go to Outwit, Outplay, Outcast.com. On the left, there's a link for scoring. So links that says fantasy, and all of the scoring's on there. Let's see. I came into the weekend last. I have Austin, Kelly, and Emily. Austin and Emily got me 1 point for just surviving. Kelly got me 2 points because she won that individual immunity challenge. So that's 5 onto my 42, giving me 47. Nick, you came into the weekend second place with 45 points. You had Bruce, Caleb, and Jake O'Kane. Bruce got you 3 points, or 2 points, because he survived vote and survived the challenge. Cocaine got you 1 because he survived the tribal. And Caleb got you 0 because he was eliminated. So that's 3 onto your 45, giving you 48. And Brian...
Well...
Wait, what?
Hang on just a second, because there is a precedent that when...
Caleb should get 1 point. Well,
yeah,
but he didn't survive the tribal, though, so he wouldn't still.
But he went on the feast.
So yeah, I think we need to have a discussion in the off season too.
But how does that work? Because he didn't win it; he got it.
But isn't going on it enough? In that case, actually,
so
Jake.
The way we've done it,
because other times when they're like, if you pick somebody to go, they don't get a point.
It's points. Okay. It's points for if you get chosen. But I don't like that either, because going on the reward, our scoring was set up when there was separate rewards and immunities, and now they ball them together more. So I think we need to do like 2 points for winning the challenge, 1 point for being brought along a reward, something like that. Because
we can do that next time.
Yeah. Brian, you came into the weekend first with 47 points. You got 1 each from Kendra and Drew because they survived tribal, and you got 3 from Julie. God damn.
Don't die.
You got 3 from Julie because she survived 2 boats and survived tribal. So that's 5 onto your 47, giving you 52. So it's Brian with 52, Nick with 48, and me with 47. Nick, you have to replace Caleb with either Katura or D. What do you got?
My gut says Katura, but my brain says diversify and get D, so I'm going to take D.
All right.
And if she loses, I'm going to say D's nuts.
Well, if she loses, you'll get turkey. You'll get 3 points.
Nah. Oh, I should have taken Katura then. Well.
What?
No, that's still a bad bet to make. Yeah, I'm taking D.
What's diversifying about that?
Oh, because
like they're merged. It doesn't matter what tribes they were on.
Well, Bruce is going for Katura. Katura is going for Bruce, and Jake is kind of caught. Bruce. Like, I don't know. Jake. We know Jake's not going to win. So I mean, we would like him to, but we know he's not going to win. So yeah, I don't think that's the diversification. D might get to the end.
I'm in last. I've got Austin, Kelly, and Emily. I'm going to stay with that. Austin's got his idols. Kelly's doing good on challenges, and Emily is the player I like, so I'm sticking with them all. Brian, Julie, Kendra, Drew, you want to place either one of them with Katura?
Shit. No, she's on the bottom. I don't want to take Katura.
Yeah, see? That's what I'm saying.
I want a lot of points this week.
Get to the top, but yeah.
I will say D has the win a feast, which is hard to get in the new era. So that's a good one on D for you. For the Christian hat trick. The all-important Christian hat trick. So there's so many players left. Who do you want to win? This is about the time where we're talking about who do you want to win.
Emily, I guess.
Yeah.
You wanted? I thought you hated her.
Oh.
Oh, hey, that's good. That's called growth. I'm proud of you, son. I would like to see Kelly win. I think that would be a good story because she is playing a decent game.
I want Katura to win. I don't know why.
It'd be fun. She's she's like 30 in her 30s. I was gonna say she'd be one of the youngest people, but actually this is an incredibly young season.
They're all between 22 and 28. They're all right around the same.
Well,
except for like Bruce and
Julie. And Bruce.
But even they're not like in their 60s or some shit, you know? Bruce is like in his late 40s, mid 40s.
This is just how it is now. They're all pretty much like this every time now.
Yeah. our days are over. That's fine. Okay.
Yeah, but see, like I could still get on. Like I'm almost 40, but I don't act like Bruce. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. But
I
you're not
don't have
hot.
that dad vibe that the
None of
older
us are
people have.
hot.
I don't think Bruce has dad vibe. Bruce has middle manager vibe. Is
Well,
more to the
fine.
point.
I don't have that either.
He has fun uncle vibe. Anyway, we'll talk about vibes more next week. In the meantime, I'm gonna put a nail in this one because it is
I'm
done.
gonna get a fucking sip of water.
Ooh, you drink that water, baby.
You know it.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, I'm very tired, so I'm gonna go to bed now. It has been entertaining. Farewell,
Was that?
and I will see you as soon as I can.
Okay.
Oh, he's gone already. Okay, good. No, he's not gone. Bye.